The operators see many different screens when they look at the data. First of all, they see a screen that gives them statistics, whether it appears that the signal is coming from a planet that rotates and orbits the way our Earth does. So they know about things related to the planet's motion, and they know how strong the signal is, and they know what frequency it's on. These are all statistics. They essentially show up as numbers. But in addition to that, you can look at screens that show you the incoming data in a pictorial form, and you might see a streak coming down the screen at an angle. That's a place where a strong carrier signal, a strong signal that makes reception cheap, is coming in from somewhere. If the streak is at a particular angle, it's regrettably probably just from the Earth. But other angles indicate that you could have a TV transmitter on a distant planet, and you can actually look at this stuff and see it. When I was a child, I read science fiction. I was always interested in the possibility that there might be life like ours out in deep space. It seemed reasonable to me that life was the outcome of a physical process, and that if it could happen on the Earth, it should happen elsewhere. But that's all I ever thought about. We are now developing computers that can search things thousands of times vaster in terms of the number of stars you can see, because your searches are more sensitive, and in the number of frequencies that you can look at per second. Thousands of times faster than now. They'll be ready in 10 years, and we can do all of this over again, and what we've done now will seem trivial. And yet, you look at that and you try to make an analogy to say, how big is the search? And the best analogy I can draw is this. If the galaxy, if every star and frequency you should look at is a grain of sand, the galaxy would be something like a sand pile the size of a football field and 10 stories high. And by the end of this vast search that we're doing, we maybe will have looked at a thimbleful of sand. And that's rather amazing because, of course, if 1 in a million grains of that sand are golden, you found it. But it's still so small. And 1,000 times bigger is still small. often ask me whether or not we should be searching for intelligent life. In a sense, that's an interesting question, but in a sense it shows some naivete, because we are communicating all the time between points on the Earth, and those signals go over the horizon where they're intended to be received and out into deep space, and they go out and out forever. We could, by great serendipity and good luck, come across the right frequency and the right star that just happens to have a detectable civilization on it. Success is virtually guaranteed. Within 100 years, if we never added another dollar per year to it, we probably will succeed, just because of the great technical advances which will occur in the search over that period of time. That is a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing for me to feel and believe, and it keeps me going, and it makes me want to do the computer research that advances the state of the art. And just maybe, we will succeed tomorrow.